All right, we got a new song for you. I forgot to say hello to everybody. Hello. Hello. Beautiful people, Unity of Walnut Creek. Hello outside. Great to have you here. This is a new song from Sue Riley, and the chorus is real fun and simple, so you're going to probably pick it up really fast. And if you don't know the verses, then that's okay. You can let me sing them. If you're going to sing, please put your mask on, unless you are watching on a computer, and then you don't have to wear a mask. All right, ready? Gonna set it free, let things be. Let the thrill of life carry me, 'cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be. Gonna set it free, let things be. Let the thrill of life carry me, 'cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be. Gonna set it free, sing it with us. Let things be, let the thrill of life carry me, 'cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be. One more time, gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me, 'cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be. Life unfolds with grace and ease, endless possibilities. They're everywhere, they've always been, when I choose to let them in. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me, 'cause now I know I'm in the flow. Finally free, oh blessed be. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me, 'cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be. I've outgrown those smaller dreams, the way they used to limit me. I make the space, invite love in, magic fills my life again. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me, 'cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me, 'cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me, 'cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me, 'cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be, 'cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be.
Thank you, you guys. Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek service. My name is Danae Legan.
And my name is Don Shaw. Welcome to our service. Today is, anyone? Anyone? Birthday Sunday! So, if your birthday is in July, and I know we have some July birthdays here, please stand so we may recognize you and sing happy birthday, and put your mask back on. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday
To you.
Happy birthday, dear friends. Happy birthday to you. And hopefully, if you were at home and it's your birthday, you also stood up so we could sing to you, right?
Of course. I'm sure they did.
Of course they did. So now, please join me in turning to the camera and waving to our friends at home.
Hello, friends at home.
I've been sitting in my recliner before with my dogs and my breakfast watching this. So your presence adds to our spiritual community. Thank you for joining us. Lisa, Zoe, and Pam, also known as Divine Harmony, are providing our music today. Woo! Joined by Tyler on the keyboards. Yeah. Dustin on bass and Dan on drums. Thank you for sharing your music with us today.
Reverend Kristen will deliver today's message. Today's message is entitled Freedom Together, whatever that means. Freedom Together.
Sounds good. Before we begin, I do invite you to turn your phones to silent so we can enjoy the sacred service together. You do not want to be the one song singing during spiritual quiet meditation.
Let's take a moment to be grateful for the land our center rests upon. This is Ohlone, Bay Miwok, and Yukot's land.
We honor its ancestry and are grateful for those who came before us. We commit to taking care of these sacred native grounds and Mother Earth.
And this is the time in our service when we all remember unity is a positive path for spiritual living. Our vision for the world is we envision a spiritually awakened world where all life thrives in conscious oneness.
And our mission is who we have come here to be. Let's say this together. We are a loving, inclusive community, expanding and living our divinity in sacred service for all. And our core values are love, connection, service, and wisdom.
If you are here for the first time, we hope you would feel comfortable raising your hand so we may recognize you.
Oh,
yes,
wonderful.
We have a lot of new people.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. We're so glad to have you with us here today. Please visit the bookstore across the patio for a welcome packet and a free gift after the service. Our usher can help you get there if you need help. And we hope you'll hang around on the patio or in here after the service and get to know us a little bit, and we'll say hi.
And with the packet, it's a little gift, so please be sure to go. Connection cards are available in the newcomer welcome packet, also in the seat pockets in front of you. These are for everyone, and with this card, you may submit a prayer request, and our prayer team will pray with you throughout the week.
You may also share expansive praise or minor criticisms or request information. Please place that card in the basket with the offering. For those of you viewing online, connection cards are available on the Watch Live page.
Please consider comfort levels if hugging one another before and after services. We welcome you to socialize on the patio after service and visit our bookstore.
Well, our campus is open, as you can see, for on-site classes and groups. Masking is optional, although we recommend masking indoors, and it's very important that you wear a mask while you're singing. We have several activities to highlight this week.
Let's have some fun this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
That's her right there.
Yeah. Let's join Zula for a lively Latin dance class on Friday nights that will awaken your body and reignite the flow of spirit. Zula has a special talent for teaching dance that you will not want to miss. Starting on July 15th, Zula will teach us the cha-cha and the samba and give us some new ways of moving our bodies so that we enjoy dancing even more. And join in fun by reserving your spot at the bookstore or on our website.
Now, this is very important. Not tomorrow.
Yes.
Not tomorrow, okay? You can take a midday break, but not tomorrow, for meditation at noon, Monday through Thursday in the sanctuary or on Zoom. I've done this a couple times recently, and it is just a sweet experience. It's a 30-minute meditation with a little bit of reading and a little bit of togetherness, and I really enjoyed it. And it is just a great way to connect with the spirit, practice mindfulness, and affirmatively pray for others on the Unity prayer list and beyond. So you can increase your connection and happiness in your life by joining us for Unity's midweek connection in the bookstore, which is immediately following the noon meditation on Wednesdays. And that is the first and third Wednesdays of each month. And that means it will be this Wednesday. Bring your lunch and we'll eat together and enjoy conversation and laughter using questions to spark greater happiness. All are welcome to the free event, and all the merchandise is 15% off.
And you can discuss Sunday messages and more with your community on Tuesday nights at 7, the Spiritual Growth Group. Meet in person in the sanctuary on the first and third Tuesdays. Boy, we got our calendar going here.
That's this week.
Yes. And via Zoom on the second, fourth, and fifth Tuesdays. And if you're going to do Zoom, if you go to our website, there's a click that puts you straight into the Zoom party. And now there's a special video announcement about this Friday's Live on the Lawn.
Coming down from the moon, shine up, I'm ready to move. Got a feeling deep inside, I'm coming alive. I'm a passenger on planet Earth, I belong to the universe. Got a body made of flesh and bone, got a past and I'm free to roam. Climb the stairs, make my way to the stars above, yeah. I'm a member in the state of love.
How's it going, everyone? I'm Christie, Lenee, guitarist, singer, songwriter. I'm so excited to be back at the Unity of Walnut Creek next Friday, July 8th. It's going to be a family-friendly picnic outside. You can take off your shoes, bring the kids, bring your friends, neighbors, everybody, a chance to connect and meet new people. There are going to be boxed dinners available and wine and different silent auctions happening, as well as Tyler being DJ afterwards for a full-on dance party. So I'll be bringing you music from my newest album, Coming Alive, and you will be the second show on the list to have this new album available. So I'm super excited to share it with you. I can't wait to see you next Friday, July 8th, at the Unity of Walnut Creek. We're gonna come alive together. You ready? I'm ready.
Well, she just about said it all. I just want to add a couple of things. Kids and teenagers are free, and bring a picnic to eat on the lawn, or if you want to order one of our box dinners, then the deadline is this Tuesday, July 5th. And we absolutely love your dogs, but sorry, no dogs at this event. We don't want them eating our picnic. So, thank you.
Nobody's going to sleep through that concert.
No. Please see our website for details of all of our events.
As we prepare for our time of meditation, please join me in taking a conscious breath. And once more. And affirming our statement of faith together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. We begin with a reading, followed by music, guided meditation, and silence. Thank you, David.
This is called Worth Living For. It's satisfaction guaranteed. Emerson, Lake, and Palmer. Let freedom ring. Everybody jump. Share your point of view, your vision. no segregation, acceptance of everybody's dream, living in our true nature, sparkles in the rush of the drive to live. Again, a vision worth marching for, worth living for. A world community, every species, every soul, heaven's brothers and sisters all, every piece, every puzzle. Breathe, relax, transform. Be pliant and flexible, cooperate and understand, share, belong. Be able to divide the discriminatory behavior. Be able to divide the discriminatory behavior. Express these ideas. Civil rights. Free at last. Free at last. In everybody's dream.
As I say a tender yes to everything that comes to me, my heart is open, I am free. I open to all that is. It brings me to my knees. I surrender. I am peace. As I say a tender yes to everything that comes to me. My heart is open, I am free. I open to all that is. It brings me to my knees. I surrender. I am peace. As I say a tender yes to everything that comes to me. My heart is open, I am free. I open to all that is. It brings me to my knees. I surrender. I am peace.
As we speak that tender yes from within, opens a window into our hearts. We invite the fresh breeze of spirit. winds of transformation. Blow right on through us. Surrender to peace, to deep and abiding joy, to freedom. The tender yes is a yes to spirit, to the divine truth of who we are. It's a yes to all that is. Circumstantial challenges. An infinite truth. Come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden, and I shall give you rest, says the Christ of our being. Just a tender yes will do. And here we may unburden ourselves of worries or concerns, anxieties and fears. And rest, rest. Refill. Refill our cup till it overflows again with the goodness of God in the silence. I say a tender yes. To lay down my burdens here. The Christ says that my yoke is easy. My burden is light. Come, come to me, all who are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. I say a tender yes, and the window of my heart opens. The transformation blows through me. The path is illumined now to freedom. Out on that path, if I get weary again, I say a tender yes to the Christ within me. And I lay down my burdens once again. And I am refilled to overflowing. And I am free. And so it is.
As I say a tender yes to everything that comes to me, my heart is open, I am free. I open to all that is. It brings me to my knees. I surrender. I am peace. If you know this song, please sing along. Have your mask on when you sing. This is my song, O God of all the nations, a song of peace for lands afar and mine. This is my home, my country where my
Right? Concert. I lose my place when just the music is like that. It's just like, right? It's good to lose our place. Because then we find our real place. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe it's freeing?
It's freeing. What a great segue. Thank you, Lisa. Welcome to everybody online. Thank you for joining us today, and happy freedom. Happy Freedom Day. Today we celebrate liberty in the land of the free, and it's an affirmation for our country. You know that, right? We're living the affirmation of our country. Sometimes we might feel like, well, it doesn't look like that, right? And we get frustrated just like we do in our own personal spiritual growth process. But affirmations are here to make firm the truth that we know so that we can stand upon that foundation of truth and rise up to our ideals. So too, when we celebrate liberty today, we are celebrating the spiritual land of the I am, you know? When we go to that spiritual land of the I am, then we really draw from the freedom. We really draw the freedom of spirit and are able to share that gift into the world. Khalil Gibran said, liberty is so essential to life. He didn't say that, I said that. He said something very similar, but much more poetic. Khalil Gibran, his seminal work is The Prophet, right? So he is a prophet and a poet. I'm looking at Rita, who's like, that's her guy, right? One of many. Yeah. He said, life without liberty is like a body without spirit. We can relate to that, right? This feeling of emptiness, right? Life without liberty is a shell. And so liberty, so important to us. We need freedom. We need freedom to explore. We need freedom to explore life, nature, God, the nature of self, each other, relationship, what we are doing here. We need freedom to be able to do that. We need freedom to explore and to live fully in the ways that we aspire to live. And we need worldly freedoms too. So one of the key American symbols that we have, of course, is the Statue of Liberty, right? Liberty itself. And that statue, even though it's only a statue, is full of spirit. That statue stands for so much. It is animated with a kind of life that we give it and that she gives to us as a symbol for what we are as a body together, as a whole body. She inspires hope and dreams and idyllic intent. She's our collective body of freedom, a welcoming aspiration of equality, of justice, of freedom and opportunities for all to fulfill our dreams, to pursue our joys, to experience our joys, to prosper in every way. She welcomes immigrants by announcing to them that they have arrived from that long journey to the land of the free. Welcome. You are now free to be all that you can be. That's our ideals. That's our affirmation. That's our founding sense of who we are, right? And liberty is a woman who has escaped the chains of tyranny. They are broken and open around her feet. She holds in her hand up high the flaming torch of freedom, a divine light, a beacon for not just a country, but a world, right? Those 7 spikes on her crown are 7 continents, 7 seas. It's a beacon of hope and of light for the world that she holds. And in her left hand is inscribed the July 4th, 1776, the Declaration of Independence. And in that, of course, is a declaration of equal rights for all, rights endowed by our Creator, and liberty itself is among those rights. So right now, a lot of Americans are feeling pretty shaky about rights. Yes? Rights and freedoms. Yeah. So, of course, we have reproductive rights in front of us that feel like they're slipping away to some. And some people fear that their marriage rights are going to maybe go away, or their voting rights are going to be limited in some way. And some people are afraid their gun rights will be stripped away from them. So the fears are on both sides, if you will. And what does that point us to? Something really important, right? There is a universal need for freedom. It crosses party lines, it crosses national boundaries. We all want freedom. We all want dreams for our children to be realized. We all want the opportunities to educate ourselves, to explore, to believe what we believe, to love who we love. We all want freedom. Yes? Yes? So, recognizing that we all want these freedoms of choice, to recognize that we in this room, we like the freedom to explore our spiritual paths, don't we? We like the freedom to believe what we believe and to change our minds tomorrow if we want, because we've learned something new, we've gotten a new insight, or we've had a new understanding. We like the freedom to gather here with our friends, and we like to be sometimes in like-minded circles, and sometimes we like to stretch ourselves in new places, with new ideas, in new backgrounds, in new kinds of conversations. I hope, because that part is really important, and we keep sorting ourselves, in our country, and we're paying some price for that. So it's that recognition, though, that we stand on similar ground. As spiritual folks on a journey, one thing that we can relate to is that thing that we say about interfaith, right? That we're all many paths to the one, right? That there are many different roads up the same mountain. So it's our work to recognize that there are many different ways to interpret freedom, but we are all traveling up to Freedom Mountain because we all need freedom. Yeah. So when we remember this simple truth, because it is really simple, but when we remember that simple truth, it becomes easier to find common places of agreement, to find common places of understanding, to find common places where we recognize that the basic needs of a human being and the basic divine essence of a human being is one and the same. And so when we're so busy looking at differences, we can work in our spiritual minds and hearts to say, oh, but where is the commonality? Let's start there. Let's build from that place. What is freedom anyway? What is this thing we call freedom? When you imagine yourself free, what do you imagine? You might imagine yourself like running across a meadow, like, maybe meeting your love across the meadow. I see that image, right? Or in slow motion with music playing, of course, and the breeze blowing and the sun shining. Yes. Wildfire. Okay, I'm off. Or are you on your Harley on the highway and the wind's blowing in your hair? Or you're riding a horse on the shore of the sea? Or are you just putting your feet up and reading a good book? What is freedom to you? Because a lot of times we have this idea of freedom is just, carefree, right? Without a care in the world, we're just doing what we love to do. And that is certainly an important part of what freedom is about. But it's not the only thing, because if we just live in that space, after a while, it gets sort of maybe a little empty. If we're only just chasing our little temporary wants all the time, I want the freedom to eat ice cream all the time. So it's like, okay, well, then after a while, it's like, yeah, I don't know, it's not really fulfilling. Because freedom has a depth to it too. Freedom is a place in spirit that we enter to move and have our being, right? And to be animated by that, as Khalil Gibran talked about, that there is that sense of spirit in the body. That's liberty and life. That's freedom, right? So it's going back to that place and getting filled and then seeing, and from there, Spirit probably might tell us to, go get on our motorcycle and ride down the road, but also might encourage us and guide us to do things that will contribute to each other in other ways. And so it's that piece, to recognize we want comfort, yes. We want our wants, our temporary wants, but we need freedom. We need freedom, and we can have both. So what's the little more nuanced, deeper part of freedom? I turn to Khalil Gibran again. You shall be free indeed when your days are not without a care, nor your nights without a want and a grief, but rather when these things girdle your life, and yet you rise above them, naked and unbound. See, it's the challenges in life that really point us to true freedom. It's the stuff that seems to be in our way that is actually the place to go through and to find what is there at a deeper level. That's going to be true freedom. That's going to be everlasting freedom, not a moment of pleasure, which a moment of pleasure is great. That's part of freedom for sure. But let's not limit it there. Let's not cut freedom off at the knees and make it such a surface level understanding, because there's so much more here for us. To live in a free world, to experience a free life, we must find the freedom inside and then live from that place out. That's how we'll achieve the kinds of ideals that Lady Liberty stands for. Because those ideals, you can hear in the ideals and the founding of our country, in the basic, you can hear the spirituality in there, not just the places where it's overtly named as God, but also in the basic tenets, right? You can feel that stir our souls, inspire our hearts to want to be more, to become more, to realize those ideals, to live in the kind of freedom where everyone is free at last. Eric Butterworth is a prolific author of Unity, a Unity minister who's moved on and doing things in his own free way now, moved on to the next dimension. He says that we need to think of freedom in a more creative sense. The freedom to be big enough to deal with life by releasing our own spiritual capacities. That's when we really feel free. When we touch the truth of who we are, that very innate depth of who we are, and we begin to live from there, then we understand what Jesus meant when he said, I am in the world, but I am not of it. I am in the world. I'm firmly planted on this earth. My feet are square on the ground. I'm in it. I'm dealing with it. The challenges are coming. The opportunities are coming. I am not shying away from it, but I'm not getting swallowed up in it. There's a big difference. Yeah, so don't get swallowed up. Don't let yourself go there. And if you find yourself going there, some self-compassion, right? Some kindness. And then go, a tender yes. Let me go back into that deeper space where I know there is truth and freedom and goodness for all. And it's from there that I live. It's from there that I have my being. It's from there that my thoughts spring. It's from there that my actions go forth. It's from there that my words are formed. And then I am a maker of freedom. I am a co-creator of freedom because I have first gone there That's the key, isn't it? That's always the key to all of our teachings. Our spiritual capacities are also reflected in another one of our nation's symbols, the eagle, the bald eagle. So, the eagle is one of the highest soaring birds, and it's the only bird that is known to go up above the rain clouds to avoid the rain. So if it sees storm clouds, it can go up and fly up there and hang out until the rain's gone. Pretty brilliant, right? So this bird is intelligent. This bird is powerful. It's a symbol of strength and majesty. And you know how it sort of effortlessly flies because it's smart about how it catches the wind drafts, and it has some scientific innate understandings, right, about how all of that works, the thermal dynamics of floating up there in the ethers. So for all those reasons, we sort of capture this majesty and poetry of the eagle as our national symbol. And yet, still, this bird was subjected to violence and ignorance and some, I started to read the history, and I was like, okay, that's enough. And then, of course, the DDT, the poison that was in the environment was killing them off. And so they were near extinct in 1963. The representation of our nation nearly extinct. And do you know what helped bring it back? It was key. Rachel Carson's environmental work called Silent Spring. And it raised the awareness. And then people started to recognize what was going on, and they started to, out of their compassion and inspiration, collaborate and nurture the eagle population back, went off the endangered list, and now we have a huge population of bald eagles. If we can do it with eagles, we can do it with anything in life, right? And let's break it down for a second and look at what happened. Look at the steps. So there was violence, there was fear, there was projection, there was pollution. And all of that caused this national symbol, so we're going to take it as a representation of the nation, that the nation almost vanished. And then what did it take? No kidding. It was called it was the silent spring. It was out of the silent spring that awareness was raised. Out of that place within us where truth resides, awareness is raised. And then once awareness is raised, we go, oh, okay, let's work together. Because we all want the same thing, so let's collaborate. And we can bring this population back to be healthy and robust and free once again. Yes, we can do it because we have done it over and over and over again in our history. Where was Spirit going with that? In our beings, we know these truths. In the cells of our beings and beyond, right? In the tiniest particles, we have a remembrance. We remember who we are from the beginning of creation. We remember who we are from the onset of our evolution. And we are still evolving. So to be gentle with ourselves, like we're like little kids, right? Just still learning to walk. And we have a long way to go to our maturation, our spiritual maturation. And I know a lot of us get impatient with ourselves and with each other, right? To say the least. And yet, to know that time is infinite, right? Time is, in spirit, time is nothing, right? It's just, it's everything and nothing. It's infinite. Space is infinite and expansive. So when we need to shift ourselves into those places to give ourselves a reminder that there we can breathe and all shall be well because it has been well before. So Brenly, my wife, introduced me to a different side of eagles than I ever was recognized. I always saw the eagle as the pictures that we see, right? The high-flying solo eagle, right? And she brought me in Columbia, Missouri, where we met, to a place where there was a nesting pair of bald eagles. And I learned about this other part of our national symbol that is nurturing and that is a teacher and that works in committed partnership. Eagles mate for life, and they live a fairly long time. And they come back to the same nest every year, and they build it bigger to create a better home together. And so that they can then co-create and teach their young and continue on into posterity for the next generation, right? So there's this whole other side that we don't usually see of this kind of symbol that we project. And yet that, I believe, is where we need to go. We got the Declaration of Independence in terms of the independence part, right? Now we need the Declaration of Interdependence to really lead us. Yeah. It's that working together, it's that collaborative way of understanding that together we can resolve our problems, together we can co-create, and by together I also mean in partnership with the Spirit within us. That is the way to true freedom and liberty and rights and justice and equality. So even saying all that, you might think, yeah, but there's so much conflict, right? Or you might leave here in one way of thinking, and then you go back out into the world, and by Wednesday you've watched a lot of news and you kind of forgotten all about what we experienced on Sunday. I hope not. I think it's a cumulative effect, right? When we come together like this, that something magical, mystical happens, and we carry that experience with us through our days. But it is easy because the world doesn't talk like this all the time, right? And so we hear a different side of the story, and we hear sides of the stories. And that's kind of where we tend to begin to live then. The ego gets a lot of food throughout the week. And then the spirit, if we don't feed it frequently, only gets a little bit at the end of the week. So that's why it's so important for us to live and to breathe and to say tender yes every day, every moment to the spiritual truth that feeds us, that brings forth the kind of freedom we're talking about. So here's a simple story that illustrates what we could do about all the conflict. Once upon a time, there lived two brothers, and they lived on adjacent farms to one another. And they actually had lived on these adjacent farms in partnership and collaboration for over 40 years. And usually not much. They had, of course, small disagreements over time, but they were always just, quickly forgiven. But so in this collaboration, they would share farm equipment, and they would share labor, and they would share ideas and resources and help each other out in every way that they possibly could. But then they had this rift. And first it was a small misunderstanding, and then it grew into a major difference. And then it exploded into an exchange of bitter words, and it was followed by weeks of utter silence. So one day, a man knocks on the door of John, the older brother farmer, and he opens the door, and there stands a man with a carpenter's toolbox, and he says, "I'm looking for some work. I wonder if you might have a project for me." And John says, "Oh yeah, I've got a project for you." He said, "You see that farm over there?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "That's my younger brother's farm." And he said, "Just a few days ago, there was just a beautiful meadow that joined between our two farms." He said, "But my younger brother, he got out his, tractor, bulldozer, and he took his bulldozers to the river levee, and there is now a creek between us. And he may have done this to spite me, but I'll tell you what, I got an idea to put over on him." He said, "So this is what I want you to do. You see all that lumber that's curing next to the barn?" He says, "I want you to build me a fence on this side of the river. I don't want to look at my brother's farm. I don't want to ever see it again. I want that fence to be 8 feet high." And so the carpenter says, "I think I understand, and I believe you will be pleased with my work." So he goes over and gets the materials. He says, now I got to go into town, so I'll check back with you late in the day. So Farmer John goes into town, and the carpenter gets busy working. And when he comes back, it's around sunset. And he cannot believe his eyes. His mouth drops open. He takes off his hat and wipes his brow. He can't believe what he is seeing. Could this be possibly true? How could the man have misunderstood? And he gets a little closer and he sees this beautiful bridge across the river. Really fine work, details on the handrails. And to even greater surprise, he sees his younger brother standing on the bridge with his arm outstretched. And his brother is saying, you are quite a fellow. With all the terrible things I have said to you and I have done to spite you, that you built a bridge. And of course, they met in the middle of that bridge and hugged. And they were once again collaborators and neighbors and friends and brothers. So we always have a choice. Do you want to build a bridge of freedom, or do you want to build a fence of fear? And it's not just the big stuff, it's the everyday little things. The thought that you just had, the conversation that you're having, the actions that you're taking, what you are yelling at the television set. You know? All of it matters. It's all out in the ethers. It's co-creation. We are co-creating by building fences of fear or bridges of freedom. And we have choice after choice after choice after choice all day long. And I say, if it's not us in this room, if it's not those of us who are turned on to a spiritual journey, who understand that freedom comes from within, then who will build the bridges we need? We cannot be the ones building the fences. And we should not be the ones judging the ones who are building the fences. Yes? So our work is cut out for us. You know, John turned around to that carpenter and he said, hey, I got some more projects for you. And the carpenter said, I'd love to stay, but I have more bridges to build. And that is our work too, right? To keep on building these bridges. And by building them, it's not just outside of us, right? It's always first and foremost the land of I am, right? I'm building a bridge to cross over into the land of I am, because when I go deep into that place, then I remember and I get refueled and I'm at peace and I'm comforted, and I know that this road that seems long and resilient, you know, you see these protesters and the signs that they're holding like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm dusting off the same sign that I held 70 years ago, you know, or something, 50 years ago, whatever it may be. You know, some people's signs even say those things. And yet here we are, right? We just keep on keeping on. We keep on walking the walk that is the spiritual walk that we signed up for. Also good to remember that our souls actually agreed to be here now because we are needed here now. Every single one of us. We are needed to be the embodiment of freedom. We are needed to be the offering of kindness. We are needed to be the open-hearted presence that can hold space. We are needed to be the kind of mind that can stay free and open and present to what is. We are needed to be able to meet whatever challenges come our way. And we've gone through a lot of them. And here we still are, living and breathing and getting up and getting ourselves ready and going to Unity. You are amazing, resilient people. You know that? You are an amazing, resilient soul. When you look back at your life and look at the pain you've been through, the suffering that you've had, the things you've overcome, the triumphs that you've worked through, the bridges that you have built, the fences you have torn down, you are amazing beings. And the world needs you, needs your gifts. So we can build the bridge to our neighbors by listening, right? We can build those bridges by problem solving together, by co-creating solutions, by finding common ground. And if you really can't find it, it's okay. Like Jesus said, dust off your sandals and move on. You know, it's okay. If you didn't find it there in that one being out of 7.5 billion, you're going to find it other places. It's okay to try and to say, it's not really working here. It doesn't have to create a whole big thing around it, right? Because that's where we add to that kind of aggravated, violent energy that the world doesn't need. Instead, we just go, you know what? Let's, part in peace. Bless you on your journey. I've got other bridges to build. I've got other work to do. God needs me in a lot of different places. And a lot of people are ready and willing to co-create, to collaborate together, to declare our interdependence. So if you get lost along the way of this journey, look to liberty, right? Look to liberty, that beacon of hope, that light that lights our path, that illumines our way, that guides our steps, that reminds us of the ideals of our nation, of our hearts, of our souls. Or look to our other symbol, the eagle, both the one that soars high above the rain clouds, that is intelligent and powerful and strong and independent, but also who swoops down to be in its committed partnership with its mate for life to create and to nurture and to co-create and to teach their young. That's us, right? Teaching our young for 7 generations to come, as the Native Americans would say, who highly revered the eagle as well. Love is expressed in that way, in that interdependent partnership kind of way, right? That's the symbol of divine love, a symbol of divine light, a symbol of divine love for us when we lose our way. In every challenge of life, an opportunity will present itself for us, right? Every time. And we can continue to ask ourselves, bridge or fence? Bridge of freedom, fence of fear. So let's affirm together that we are building more of the bridges and less of the fences. I invite you to say this with me. I am building bridges of freedom instead of fences of fear. And so it is.
You know, I think about the word interdependence, and I have to tell you, especially the people online, the only way this happens is all the people here, the music, the people in the booth, the people up here, our minister, our bookstore, we are all interdependent. And that's amazing. It's amazing. And in that interdependence, we are building bridges. Our prayer chaplains, so thank you, Kristen. Our prayer chaplains are available after the service to provide prayer support. And if you're a prayer chaplain serving today, would you please stand? Thank you. It's a powerful opportunity to have your intentions raised. Sorry. And whether you have a joy or concern on your heart today, praying with our chaplains is powerful. And now let's open our hearts to the practice of giving. I invite you to prepare your gift as we align with the universal law of circulation. As we give, we shall receive. In truth, there is no lack or limitation. Abundance is our true nature.
Boy, it's hot up here. For your convenience, there are a variety of ways to financially give to Unity. In addition to checks and cash, you may download the Give app, use the credit debit card envelopes provided in the seat back in front of you, or set up bill pay through your bank. Those of you at home may click on the donate button on the Watch Live page.
I invite you to take your tithe or offering in your hand and repeat our affirmation with me. Together,
Divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful.
Thank you.
I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I see the mask going on. Get ready to sing. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains. One, two. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. We are free, we are free.
Divine harmony. Woo! Come on up. With all that goodness, let's bless it. Oh, we are so blessed, are we not? We are so blessed with so many gifts right here, right now, with so much freedom right here, right now, and with these gifts that prosper us individually and collectively as a ministry and as a world. Thank you, God. Let's bless it together. We give thanks for the ever-increasing, constant flow of absolute good in our lives now. So it is.
We are a circle of love. We are a circle of light. Come join the circle of love. Come join the circle of light. The light in you and the light in me are one. The light in you. The light in you and the light in me are one. Light in you and the light in me are one. Oh, yeah. We just had to do that extra little bit.
Good morning. Thank you for our song. We love our song, and we can't wait to just sing it loud and proud with you guys. So thank you so much. So this morning we have Ella and Allison and Lily and Maddie and Millie. So wow, Lily and Maddie and Millie.
Nice.
I like the sound of that. So we had a lovely morning, and part of our lesson today, the kids put on a puppet show, and we have an amazing collection of puppets. And you guys want to share what puppets you brought and why?
I brought the kitty one because my favorite animal is a cat. I brought this one. It's a skunk because we have been having skunks in our yard at night. I have.
What did you have? A bunny. A bunny. What do you have?
A dragon.
A bunny and a dragon, and there's lots of other puppets too. They put on an amazing impromptu puppet show for us, and we had popcorn to enjoy with it too. So it was a fun morning. So good to see all of you. Thank you.
Will you all put a puppet show on for us sometime? That would be super fun. All right, we'll plan it. Let's bless our children and teachers together. Children, youth, and teachers, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine light within you. I invite you now to speak with us the prayer of protection, and let's extend this beyond out into the far reaches of the world, protecting all life, all beings. Together, the light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is. I am divine.
Peace that was meant to be.
are the light, the life, and the liberty on earth right now. So let your light shine, have fun, and spread joy.